Today, a banker in London can send his stock exchange information to his colleague in Hong Kong in a single second. Or, with a single click, a customer in New York can order a product from Beijing. These products are delivered to the address in a short time by a cargo plane or cargo ship. Therefore, the speed and volume in the transportation of products and information is at a level that has never been seen in history. But global trade itself is much older than we think. It stretched a full 8,000 kilometers road and was known as the Silk Road. The Silk Road actually represented not a single road but a common network of many different routes. It was a route that emerged slowly over the centuries. It did not start the trade, but it increased its volume radically. This road, where traders initially carried products for barter, later changed the lives of everyone living in Africa and Eurasia. The foundations of this road consisted of two main lines. One was connecting the eastern Mediterranean to Central Asia. The other was connecting Central Asia with China. In addition to these, many products were sent to Rome by sea. Based on this, we should think of the Silk Road as a network of trade points rather than a single road. For centuries, merchants traveled along this road connecting cities, but what kind of goods were traded? For example, to give the simplest example, silk could be traded. At that time, silk was produced only in China. It was emerging from the cocoon of the caterpillars eating mulberry leaves. Much of China's wealth came from the silk trade. Because silk is very useful, people used silk as a fishing line, to make peace with nomadic raiders, and to write before the invention of paper. In addition, it was used in making clothes. It was both light and warm. It was also quite flamboyant. The nobles and nobles preferred silk clothes. At the same time, wearing silk was the simplest way to show your wealth. Silk was so popular among the Roman elites that the Roman Senate constantly tried to ban silk. However, almost all of these attempts failed. Along with silk, gunpowder made its way from China to the Middle East. Gunpowder was a major factor in the fate of empires such as the Ottoman and Safavid ones. Thanks to gunpowder, our state has been able to prevail in many wars. On the other hand, olives, olive oil, wine, silver, iron and many other things you can think of were traded. Over time, this road grew and the nomads of Central Asia suddenly went down in world history. Because Central Asia was more suitable for livestock than agriculture, and these nomadic peoples were quite adept at moving a crop from A to B, even the Mongols, who slaughtered millions of people, carefully guarded this trade route. Thus, many skillful traders grew up among them. For example, a nomadic people named Uac were so badly defeated in a war against their arch-enemies that they turned the skull of the Yuchi king into a chalice. After this incident, the Yuchis immigrated to Bactria and established the Khuzan Empire, which is in today's Afghanistan and Pakistan. Over time, this empire became a major center of Silk Road trade. Even ordinary people who were not kings or nobles became incredibly rich. This enabled the political power of the traders to increase within the country. Silk Road has affected beliefs and cultures as well as trade. For example, it helped spread Buddhism. This belief originated in India, which used to appeal to a minority audience. It has deep roots in China, Korea, Japan, and Central Asia. Islam also emerged from the Arabian Peninsula and spread to South Asia. In other words, the merchants who made trade took their civilization, ideas, languages and beliefs all over the world. They established relationships with local people so that they could travel with their commercial caravans as they wished. However, the negative effects of such cohesion also emerged. As commercial networks became widespread, diseases started to increase at the same rate. Contagious diseases such as measles and smallpox on merchants spread rapidly from east to west. In fact, the largest of these epidemics is known as the Black Death and caused the most severe population losses in human history. This epidemic caused the death of 200 million people in the 14th century. It is even said that as a result of the epidemic, the population of Europe has decreased to half. Undoubtedly, such a huge epidemic would never have spread without the Silk Road. Therefore, globalization had its benefits and harms in those times as it is today. As a result, this success of the Silk Road did not last forever, and after a while it brought its own end. New marine technologies such as magnetic compass reached Europe via the Silk Road. Central Asian peoples also collapsed one by one, such as the Mongols, who played an important role in the Silk Road. At the same time, China withdrew from international trade at that time. While all this was going on, Europeans set sail for new wealth that awaited them. This led to the discovery and occupation of the Americas. The Indians were exploited to the bone and killed. They were not satisfied with this, however, they played a big role in the impoverishment of the African peoples today. Thus, Europe prospered within a few centuries. Their colonial history has an enormous influence on their wealth in 2020.